Hello and welcome to a new episode of Airport CEO here on the channel where we today want to build an entire terminal. But before we get any further into today's episode, if you should end up enjoying this video, then don't forget to leave a like. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. Alright, so yeah, we want to build an entire terminal. Now, this could of course be a very, very long episode, or the terminal is not that big. It's the latter, that what I can reveal, but let's just quickly take a look at what it actually is that we want to build. So we are of course recreating Geneva Airport, and I have mentioned it a few times that Geneva Airport actually has two terminals. Now, this is what most people simply know as Geneva Airport, but this is actually Terminal 2. Terminal 1 is over here. You still don't see it? It's here. This little building is Terminal 1. At least, I guess some of it. I've never been inside it, so I don't really know how it looks inside. I just know that from the outside you can clearly see that this is definitely one of the older buildings of Geneva Airport. And as far as I know, this terminal is only used by EasyJet, perhaps also Jet2 at times, but yeah, mainly EasyJet. So this is the terminal we want to recreate. Alright, so yeah, as I mentioned, I've never been inside this building. I've walked past it quite a few times, but I never had to go in there because I never had a flight that was leaving from there. I guess in hindsight, I should just have taken a few minutes at some point and walked in there to see how it actually looks. But yeah, hindsight is 2020, so we can't really rely on that. But what we know is that we have a little building here which serves a few stands, or maybe if some remote stands, and it is mainly used by EasyJet. That much we know, and it is definitely one of the older buildings around Geneva Airport that we can also see from the style of the building. So this of course is something we want to try to recreate. Now this is Terminal 1, and that means we kind of need to make sure that we have all the infrastructure we need for a functional terminal, and all that will have to be placed inside this building. So that's really, again, the main challenge here is to make do with the little space we have. Yeah, let's see how we can get going with that. So, as mentioned, we don't have much space inside this building, but we want a fully functioning terminal with everything that is needed for that. For example, as we are building right now, the luggage security check systems to make sure that the luggage that goes on board an aircraft is safe. But given that we don't have much space, we could in a way make it easier for ourselves by adding a few levels to the building. In real life, it does look like there's at least a few levels above ground floor level. We don't really know if there's anything underground, but I want to keep this fairly simple in a way. So I kind of want to have everything we need for this terminal building on ground floor level. It's a fairly simple system, but it will also force us to be well, utilize the space as well as possible. But this challenge could also be quite fun. And in a way, I also think this is keeping it closer to what we would have here in real life. I mean, I don't know because I've never been inside this building, but I somehow don't think that Terminal 1 would be that elaborate given the age of the building. I think it would be a fairly simple design inside. And this is kind of what I want to achieve with building everything here on ground floor level, keeping it very simple. Of course, it makes everything even more tight spaced, but then again, I would also imagine that this is exactly what you would have inside such an old terminal building. Alright, so the layout we have so far, at least for the land side part of the building, is fairly simple. I mean, we have a narrow passageway here at the front of the building, where we then also have the security entrance for all staff that will be working at this terminal. Then to the right we have the check-in area and the security check. Then on the airside area we have pretty much in the center of the building the baggage retrieval area, where we then also have the security exit. And of course on the left of that we have the baggage bay, and underneath the baggage retrieval area we of course have the entire baggage security checks. So yeah, so far so good. Alright, so when we look at the gate area or start working on the gate area, or perhaps I should mention in the beginning actually that this terminal will be serving 3 gates. So hopefully chances of the terminal being completely overrun with passengers isn't that great, because with 3 gates there is somewhat a limit to how many passengers will be here at the same time, and given the size of the building I guess that's a good thing. But back to the gate area. Of course we will again have a staff room. We will also have bathrooms as passengers just need those, and then we of course have all the benches for the three gates. And then we have a little bit of space left, which I think we can use for a shop. Or in this case I think I would go for a cafe. I mean, we don't really have any other places left here in the building where we could build anything like that, so it's either a normal shop or a cafe. A restaurant I think the area is far too small for, but I think I think a cafe would be more suited here, so that passengers at least have the option of buying some form of food before they are departing to wherever they are flying to. Alright, so we've pretty much finished most of, if not all of the terminal already. So while I'm just fixing up the exterior here, I do kind of get carried away with building all these parts of the airport, and I kind of forget to also start using them. So actually getting aircraft in and opening up these parts of the airport that have already been constructed. And because of that, I think the next episode should be really focusing on getting all the different services up and running that we actually have at the airport, and also get more aircraft in and see them coming in and start seeing operations at the different parts of the airport. So that will definitely be a main, or the main focus of the next episode, because it's kind of a shame that we just build all these parts but never really see them in operations. And I also definitely need to see some of these parts more in operations to see that everything works as it is intended. One more and perhaps the last thing in today's episode that we want to do is to sign a few more airlines so that we have something to play around with in the next episode. Also because we had a few suggestions. One of them was Iberia, which I definitely want to sign here at the airport. So let's take a quick look at the different contracts. Alright, so let's see what contracts the game has loaded in. Let's see what we can sign. So Lord Polish Airlines, that I think is a good airline to sign here for the airport. They do also come in real life. Alingis, yes, but we need to find the right contract, which should be this one. Yes, indeed. Alright, so that's good. Iberia, that was, as I mentioned, suggested by one of you guys, so of course we want to sign them as well. Let's see if there's anything else we want to sign for today. I mean, there's still plenty of airlines to choose from, and we can still sign more in the future, of course, but for now, let's see, maybe one or two more. Icelandair, I think Icelandair could be a good signing as well. Yeah, maybe Finnair, okay, Finnair as well, and I think then we have done some good signings for this episode, and we have some more airlines to play around with for the next episode. Alright guys, so while I try to find just a few more staff here for our airport that we will be needing in the next episode, I think it is time to end today's episode. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you're on around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.